WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5:30.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Siobhan Klepper. We start the clock on our first 6 minutes of news with the big story of the day, Election Day 2024. And tonight, there's news from both Washington and Michigan to tell you about. We start with the arrest of a man at the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center today, and police say he's from Michigan. While screening people for security, police say they encountered a man who smelled like fuel and was carrying a blowtorch and a flare gun. Congress is not in session. They also say the Michigan man was also carrying papers described as a manifesto about the war in the Middle East. This is a developing story that we are following closely. We'll bring you updates as we get them. In other election-related crime news, the FBI arrested 2 men, one from Ann Arbor and one from Jackson, who are accused of sending political threats online. Police arrested 46-year-old Christopher Pierce on charges related to sending threatening emails to an unidentified political action committee. And in Ann Arbor, 25-year-old Isaac Sissel is accused of threatening to use an AR-15 to kill people if Donald Trump wins the election. Well, 6 News is your local election headquarters, and we have a full newsroom of people working hard right now in front of the camera and behind it on all things election related. So stay with 6 News. We will bring you updates all night and morning as the election results come in. The polls close at 8 o'clock tonight, so there is still time to register and vote and have your voice heard. Well, staying here in Michigan, we have an update to a condominium complex fire that we told you about on Monday. Officials now say the fire in Southfield killed 1 person and injured at least 3 others. No cause has been announced, but firefighters say they believe the fire started on the 2nd floor of the 16-unit complex. A jury in Wayne County has convicted a former Westland police officer of ethnic intimidation following an incident at Detroit's MGM Grand Casino last year. Prosecutors say 43-year-old Kevin Ute was kept off the casino floor by workers because he was drunk. He told security guards that if they came to Westland, they, quote, would not survive. He also poked them and called them racial slurs. He is scheduled to be sentenced in December. Well, looking now to some national news. A century-old building in Knoxville, Tennessee is no more. A fire destroyed the building Monday night. It was on the campus of Knoxville College, a historically black college. The school is not currently in operation and no injuries were reported. In Virginia, a police officer is under investigation tonight for possibly pointing a gun at a 2-year-old on Halloween night. In a video, a person can be seen holding a gun with a laser sight and pointing it at a child. Officials say the man was off duty at the time.
My 2-year-old had a gun pointed at them, and I didn't even know it was real. So I was just kind of in like almost a state of shock, and that bit of mom guilt gets you as well because you almost feel like you should have known.
Well, police officials say the department's professional standards unit is now investigating the matter. In international headlines, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he has dismissed his government's defense minister. The PM made the surprise announcement today. The minister has been seen as a rival to Netanyahu, and the two have been at odds over the conduct of the war with Hamas. He planned to fire the minister last year as well, but that sparked widespread protests. Tonight, police officers and dogs are searching through mud and debris for bodies in a shopping mall in Spain where flash flooding in that area killed at least 217 people last week, almost all of them in the eastern Valencia region. Some 3,000 residents in Valencia were still without electricity on Monday. 1 person was killed and several others critically injured when lightning struck during a championship soccer match in Peru. It happened on Sunday. Look at this video. Video of the game captured the moment lightning struck and multiple players collapsed. Local news reports the match had been suspended at the onset of the storm, but lightning struck before the players could clear the field. A volcano in eastern Indonesia erupted again today, blowing an ash column into the sky, and that's a day after it spewed fireballs on nearby villages, killing 9 people. The volcano on the popular tourist island of Flores shot flaming rocks at residential areas overnight Monday, setting wooden houses on fire. And Tropical Storm Rafael is moving past western Jamaica and was expected to strengthen into a hurricane as it heads toward Cuba. The National Hurricane Center in Miami says the storm had maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour this morning and should quickly intensify over the next 24 to 36 hours. It's expected to make landfall in western Cuba tomorrow.
Hey, come here, baby. Hey, come here. It's okay. Come here. Oh, got one.
Well, this is video of police officers in Texas rescuing 3 dogs from a pond after an early morning call yesterday saying they were stuck in the water. The officers moved fast and lifted all 3 from the pond, getting them to safety. Tonight, they are safe and sound and back with their owner. The U.S. presidential election is being felt around the world, especially in India, where 2 villages are praying for very different outcomes. People who live in the ancestral village of Ush Vance, the wife of Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance, held prayers today, hoping for him and Donald Trump to win the election. Meanwhile, a village with ties to the family of Vice President Kamala Harris held similar prayers. There, a large banner wishes electoral success to the, quote, daughter of the land. And clicking our heels to end the first 6 minutes of news, you have a chance to own a pair of ruby slippers worn by Judy Garland in the 1939 musical The Wizard of Oz. They're on the auction block nearly 2 decades after a thief stole these iconic shoes. The FBI recovered them over a decade later. Online bidding for the auction has started and will continue through Thursday, which also includes a hat worn by the Wicked Witch of the West and the screen door from Dorothy's Kansas home. All 3 items I would love to have in my home.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they found it, because I was going to say, weren't they stolen or lost for a while there?
They were, yeah. The thief thought they were worth a lot of money and had real rubies and things in them. So,
yeah, I mean, they are worth a lot of money, but I mean, they might not have all those rubies in them. So
yeah.
But hey, at least we're going to see some sunshine return to the forecast, but we have to get through some rain first.
All right, your full forecast right after the break. And